Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique, and this video is brought to you by Hobby Lobby. We're going to make a wedding wreath that you can turn into a home decor wreath, and we're going to find the supplies in the wedding aisle at Hobby Lobby. So let's get ready and make something beautiful together. Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. I have a very special project that I want to do, and today's video is sponsored by Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is one of my very favorite craft stores that I love to go to for home decor and crafts and Christmas and every season. I just simply love it. So they contacted me and asked me if I would make them a wreath, and I said yes. So let's get started, and we're going to take this on a journey through the wedding aisle at Hobby Lobby. Now, I know as crafters, you probably avoid that aisle because you think, oh, that's for weddings. No, there is so much good stuff in the wedding aisle. I want to show you how we can make a beautiful wreath for either a wedding and then take it home and do it for your bedroom, for a nursery, home decor, whatever you want to do. So let's get started, and I'll go through our list of supplies. So let's talk about what we got from the wedding area. The first thing I picked up was this beautiful bouquet. They have it already arranged, and Hobby Lobby takes the thinking out of it for you. So basically what they've done is this would be a beautiful bouquet for anybody's wedding. And I really love the colors and how neutral everything is. And you could really use this with any type of colors in your home. So what I thought I would do is I would disassemble this, and we're going to use all of these beautiful flowers and greenery in our wreath. So that was the first thing. Now this week it's 50% off. So January 2nd, go to Hobby Lobby. I will actually have everything listed in the description box below, each link for each product. So I grabbed a bouquet. Again, they make it so easy for you. And then I grabbed where they have like little, an area to make boutonnieres or corsages. They have little picks, and eucalyptus is really hot right now. It's really a good greenery to add. So I got some of these, and I just got a few of the lamb's ear just to make sure we had enough. And again, 50% off, you can't go wrong with that, right? So I grabbed this because I have a feeling that I'm going to use it. I may or may not use it depending on the bow that I put with our wreath here. And then I just think sometimes you need a little bit of bling. So I grabbed some pearls, and then I grabbed some pearls with rhinestones. I'm not sure which one we're going to use, but I like to have them on hand so that I'm prepared. And then we've got 3 different wired ribbons. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them or just some of them, but I have them on hand. And then this lace, I just fell in love with this lace. And I know that this is like the cream color, but I really felt like they went really well with my flowers. So I got the lace, and I have an idea of what we're going to do with this. And then you're going to need the floral foam. Now this is the hard floral foam. This is not the soft stuff. You want the stuff that, you know, you can kind of knock on it. But we're going to use a knife to cut this to fit our wreath form here. And now this, I've never used one of these before, not in the wreath form already made. So this is exciting because I really think that this is going to be beautiful, and I can't wait to do it. This is in the floral accents department. It was $14.99. Like wherever you find like the grapevine wreaths, this is where that will be. So grab one of those too. So let's get started and put this together. This is 18 inches in diameter. So we're going to take our wreath form here, and we are going to cut our foam block. Again, this is the really hard stuff. This is not the soft foam. You don't want to use that. And we're just going to kind of measure it here. So what I want to do is when you're looking at one of these wreaths, you're going to find that there's an area where they're glued together down here. Okay. Find the spot where you can kind of even see the 2 wires coming in together here. This is where you want the bottom to be, or wherever you want to put, like, build your base of your flowers or whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to kind of measure this a little bit. And I'm thinking we're going to cut it. I almost want to come down a little bit with it. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut off about here and here at an angle so that it will just kind of sit down. I want it to sit here. So what I'll do is let's just take a pencil or even like a knife, or you know what? I have this scissors right here. And we're just going to I'm just going to kind of score it here with my scissors, and then that way I know where to cut it, okay? I can even take this knife, and you need to be very careful at this point. I know this is kind of loud, but this is where I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to put it on. So I will go back and I will cut it. I know you kind of can't see where I scored it, but I can. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be back and we'll put it on our form. Okay, so as you can see, I have it cut. I kind of shaved it a little bit more on the back edge of it so that it would sit really nicely. So again, I need to go back, find, oh, where did it go? It's right here. Okay, that's the bottom. So we're going to just place that right here. I'm going to take some wire. I would probably use, this is like a 22 gauge wire. If I had some like maybe 26 gauge, I would probably use that instead of what I'm doing right now. But I'm going to just kind of like twist this together to get it started, and then we're just going to wrap it. Okay, so let's just, I think that'll be good because it's twisted. So I'm just going to wrap it around this frame. There's no real method other than I'm just going around it. Okay, and then we're going to add some hot glue at the base of the wreath here where the wooden beads meet our foam, and we're going to just end it that way so that we know this isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, so let's just do one more here. I'm going to cut that. Let's see, just cut it, and then I'm going to pull it, and then I'm just going to go through some of these wires. Okay, and I'm going to do this on the front simply because I don't want any wires coming back and you know, damaging any wall or door. And what you can do too, Hobby Lobby sells and I have some over there, but Hobby Lobby will sell felt by the yard, and that's what I use to cover all the back of my wreaths. So what I will do is I will go get a piece of felt, and I will cut the felt to match this. And then when we're done and all of the gluing and everything is done, then I will just put the felt on the back of here. So just keep that in mind. They have the smaller pieces of felt, or you can buy it by the yard, which I always buy it by the yard, and then I always have it on hand. So we've got that. So all I'm going to do is now take my glue gun. All right, I'm going to put this felt underneath of it because I'm going to put this glue on, and I know the glue is going to get down on my mat, and I don't want to do that. So let's just take my glue gun, and I'm just going to add some more. You can hear it crackle, but it will be just fine. And we're going to let that glue set up, and then we're going to get started on adding our flowers. Okay, so this is all glued down, and we're ready to go. I cut a piece of felt out for the back of it here so that when I put it on, if this was the back, this is the front actually, if you can see, it will just go over back of it. So that'll be great. Now we're going to talk about the flowers. Now I bought a bouquet from Hobby Lobby, but here's the good thing. They have several options. They had a really pretty one that had like a mauve and like taupe colors to them. They have some that are just all roses. They have some ones that have like pink and white in it. So they have a lot of options. Okay, so this isn't the only one you can do. You can do so many. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, and we're going to take this apart. Just watch your fingers here. And this has got it wrapped pretty good. Again, if I was getting married, I would consider using one of these bouquets. They're really nice. All right, perfect. It's only taped together, so we don't have a bunch of glue there. So I'm just gonna kind of untape it, and you're gonna see all of the different things, all the different components. Now, I have this Sure Bonder glue pot that I did get from Hobby Lobby, and okay, it melts the glue so quickly, which is really cool, but it's gonna make this job a little bit easier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate my greenery and my flowers because we're going to use those. I kind of like doing my flowers first and then start adding my greenery. I don't know. Are you different? Do you like to do your greenery first? I like to what is my focal point? Well, my focal point are these flowers. So of course we don't need all of these stems. So we're going to cut this down here. So let me get my wire cutters here, and we're just going to cut these. I'm probably going to cut them a little bit longer at first because I want to make sure that I have it the right way. So you're just going to go through here and trim them down, and then you're going to just start playing with the concept of what you want. And for me, I want the flowers to be the center point here. Looks like we have 5 main flowers and then let's see, 2 little ones. So what I want to do is I want to put a little bit, I want to see how, yeah, I think that's good. So what I want to do, I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. And then all you have to do is you can, and you need to be really careful because this pot is really, really hot. So I'm going to just gently move it over in the screen here. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to dip the ends with my Sure Bonder, okay? And then I'm going to just put that flower here. Okay. And I like once you put it in, you can kind of do whatever you want. But I'm going to just kind of do, let's see. Do 2 at this angle. There we go. Just going to kind of work it in there. And don't be afraid to just kind of mess with it and just work with it. The flowers are going to hold up here. We're just going to do that. And then let's put 2 more about right here and right here. Maybe do it at an angle. Let's see if that helps. Don't want to get glue on your hand. There we go. I think that's pretty. You could also take your scissors. So if I want to put this like right here at an angle, I'm going to put my scissors and I'm just going to make a hole there just to kind of get us going. There we go. Yeah, perfect. That's probably what I would recommend. Okay, so we've got those in there. So now let's work with our greenery. So I like this what do you call it? Oh, let's see. Lamb's ear. Lamb's ear, is that right? I make flowers. I don't know the names of everything very well. So I need to kind of know my names better. I'm just going to kind of push it in there. Okay. Oh, I like that. I just got glue on my hands, but that's okay. And so you're just going to start adding wherever you feel like it looks good. This is a creative process, and you're just going to like put them in there. I think that's really nice. So actually, I'm going to kind of help myself along here and put a little hole. And then get that process started. That's the tip I would come up with. Take a little pair of scissors that are really got little sharp edges and make a hole. If you have problems with your hands, or if you think, wow, Julie, I don't know if I could do that because I don't have enough strength in my hands. So I'm going to put this one down here, and then I have some more of these that I bought in like the corsage area that we're going to use too. So let's do this. I want to put this one here. And we're going to just kind of push those down a little bit. And then we've got, let's see, let's start working some of these in, and then I've got more greenery that we're going to work in. So just have fun with it. That's all I want you to do. This is really you using your creativity and just kind of going with it. Okay, so we have pretty much the full bouquet here that I've put on our wreath here. And I even took the little things that you think, oh, we won't use those. Yes, you will. So just go ahead and add them in because they're great fillers. So I just love the look of it. So I'm going to add this at an angle there. All right, so now I'm going to get into all the little like bouquet area where the sprigs are. They actually do have some more flowers, so if you wanted to buy a few more flowers to kind of put them in. Now I'm going to kind of concentrate on the greenery part, and we're going to start filling this in. So I'm going to add a few more of these lamb's ears here. I'm going to do probably about 2 or 3 more of these, and I'm just going to find spots here. I think it does really help to kind of put a little bit of a hole there with your scissors. It just helps me. So that's what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to kind of twist these around actually. Push those in a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to do another one. If you have like an easel or some sort, it might be easier for you to put this up on an easel to make as well. So don't just limit yourself to, you know, just doing it on your table. You can always get your easel out if you have one of those. Got to be careful. Don't get yourself burned like I do sometimes. So now we're going to work with the eucalyptus, and that's going to be the rest of the greenery and the flowers on this wreath. And you're simply just going to find spots, and you're going to just like, okay, I think it needs it here. So we're going to add one right here. And I do think you're going to need to do this. And you could, even if you wanted to, you could cut this in half and just have smaller pieces too, which I probably will do here in a moment. But we're just going to start filling this in, and I love the way the eucalyptus looks. So what I do like to do is if I do something on one side, I do kind of like to go over on the other side and kind of balance it out. I just think that's a good rule of thumb. I'm not a professional florist by any stretch of the imagination. I've never worked in a florist, but I pretend like I am one here on YouTube. So just have fun with it is my point. Just kind of get it in there, and you're just going to add some more. I think I am going to do my little idea here, and I'm going to cut these, and you're just going to keep filling it in. And then when we get back, we're going to work on the ribbon part of this wreath. I have an idea of what I want to do and what I want to mimic. Oh, be careful. There might be some glue there. Okay, where's the foam? There it is. All right. Yep, I got glue on me. Just be careful when you're putting it together, okay? So I'm going to fill some more spots, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I told you we would go to the bow part, but no, we're not going to do that because I forgot I have these beautiful little pearls, and I bought two different accents, and I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. I could have used the rhinestone and the pearls, but I'm kind of liking the pearls because they remind me of like a branch, so it just kind of reminds me of nature. So that's what I'm going to do. So you're just going to add a little bit of glue to the ends. I'm not really sure that this is going to fit. It's going to work down into our foam, but we're just going to add a little bit of glue at the ends, and it will stick to whatever you're putting it into, like near the flowers and stuff. So I'm going to put two of these together. I'm going to just twist them here. Got glue on me. And you're just going to put them wherever you want, and just kind of just to add a little bit of kind of whimsy, and just, I just think it just kind of adds a little bit of elegance. So these were again half off, and you can get them in the where the boutonniere and the corsage area of the wedding department is, and it just makes a beautiful little touch here, and I just think it's beautiful. So I bought two of them. And I just love the way that this is coming together. I can't wait for this to be done. Okay, so as you can see, we have our beautiful kind of wedding inspired wreath done for the most part. And at this point, you could say, I'm done. I don't want to add anything to it. And you could be done. Okay, so it's really kind of up to you what you want to do. But I'm going to show you a different option that you can take off at the end of this ceremony, or, you know, whatever you want to use this for. Okay. All right, so when I envision a wedding wreath, I think of a veil, I think of the wedding dress. And so when I saw this lace, that's just kind of the vibe that I got from it. And this was again in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. And I just think there's so many things, pretty crafts that you can make with this. So again, you're going to Hobby Lobby, go check out the wedding section, because I think you'd be surprised how many things that you will use in that section. So all right, so what did I do to this? Well, I got this Stiffen Quick by Aleene's, and Hobby Lobby sells this in, I believe, the fabric department. I've had it for a while. I kind of had to shake it up, and it is a fabric stiffening spray. Okay, so if you're not using this step, if you're not using this lace, maybe you're looking at some ribbon or whatever and you think, oh, I wish that had more structure to it. Just grab a bottle of this. It works great. I literally just sprayed it and then let it hang dry, and it did. It gave it so much more structure. You can kind of see the difference there. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of create a bow / veil for our wreath. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take I won't need all of this. I just, you know, I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I'm just going to cut this extra off here. Put this to the side. And because I stiffened it with that spray, it's just going to hold itself a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about, I'm going to see here, about 6 inches. We're going to do about 6 inches on this side, 6 to 7, and then we're going to come back over it, and we're going to have about the same. So let's see here. All right, so that looks about the same. That's 22, 10. Okay, so that's about the same there, okay? We don't need it too big, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to wrap around it one more time. All right, and then I'm going to come in the middle here, and then that will be the back. So we went over it twice, okay? And then I'm just going to cut it right here down the center. Well, that's not really the center, Julie, but it's close. It's close. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, oh, let's see here. I want to grab, I know I'm going to use wire in this, but I'm going to grab a pipe cleaner. So hold on. Okay, I know this is a white pipe cleaner and it's not going to match, but we're going to cover that. I always cover everything. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of start to pleat this, okay? And we're just going to make a bow, just like that, all right? And then you're going to kind of look at it with your bow. Okay, I think that's a good size. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and I'm just going to wrap it around the center there. And then I'm just going to go and twist it. So that is the back of my bow, okay? I didn't use any glue there. I didn't feel like I needed any glue. But basically what that spray did for us, it just gave this ribbon or this lace so much structure, which is amazing. But I wanted to see, I think I want to do this. I thought that this twine was really pretty. It's not too kind of burlap looking, but I just kind of felt like it just brings in a little bit more of the nature into our wreath. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over that here, and I'm going to hold one end and take this in, and I'm just going to go around it. I'm going to wrap. But it's really kind of up to you whether or not you want to use burlap or this little twine, or you want to use the ribbon. You could use pearls. They have things of pearls that you could use. So I'm going to just kind of move that over. But I think that's pretty. I think that's just kind of like when I put it over here, hold on. Let me put it next to it. I just like the look of that natural feeling. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to tie that off in the back. All right, so I'm going to kind of put that to the side here. And then I'm going to go, and now we're going to kind of have the veil coming down. So basically what I want to do is I want to measure, I'm going to say 3 foot. So let's just measure 3 foot here. So we're going to go once, let's do twice. Okay. So basically 6 foot, I'm cutting a 6 foot length here, and then we're just going to do that one more time. And we're going to see how many we want to put together. So I layered them on top of each other. I'm going to take this, and now I'm going to put it, we're going to just kind of use that pipe cleaner again. Again, we're not going to use the pipe cleaner, but let me do one more thing. Before we add that to it, I'm going to grab a really stiff wire here, and I'm going to put this on with it, okay? And that's key here in a moment. So find the other pipe cleaner, and then we're going to just and if you want to use some glue here to make sure it stays, you can do that too. We're just going to twist it here. All right, so this is what we're going to do. This is going to be a removable kind of veil bow look for your wreath here. So if you're wanting to use this for a wedding, you're going to have kind of this long train here going down from your wreath. And honestly, I'm not really sure what I want to do to the edges of this. So let's see here. Let's just go ahead and dovetail those edges. So I'm going to just take 2, and they don't need to be perfect. I'm going to just kind of fold them over here, and then I'm going to dovetail them. Okay. And then layer the other 2, and I'm going to dovetail those too. Okay, so I think that's going to be pretty. So then you're going to take your wire that we have right here. Actually, I'm going to twist that wire because we want it to stay. And we are going to probably kind of cut it too, because this is going to go into the wreath. Okay, and then I'm going to just kind of twist it around itself, because basically I'm just going to kind of stick this into the foam. And then you take it home, you take this bow out if it's a little too much for you, and you have a beautiful wreath. So use it get the most out of it, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring this back into focus here. I'm going to show you how we're going to just now kind of go over top. We're going to kind of look here. You're just going to find the spot that you want. And then you're just going to kind of find, which way? All right. And you're just going to kind of put it in there. All right. And then that is your wreath. That is kind of your wedding shower wreath, wedding wreath. You could hang this on the doors coming in to your, either at a church or a banquet hall or wherever. I think these would be beautiful outside, but this is kind of laying on top of our decor. And you're simply just going to hang it from the top of your wreath here, and you could use some of the ribbon and make a little loop if you want. But I think that is really, really pretty. So anyways, thank you, Hobby Lobby, for sponsoring this video. I had so much fun shopping in your store, picking out all the fun supplies in your wedding aisle and in your floral section. It was an honor to make this wreath for you guys. But listen, I will have all the links to everything that I made here will be in the description box. So if you don't have a Hobby Lobby close to you, that's okay. You can order it online. So let me know in the comments. Leave me a wedding bell or a bride and a groom in the comments if you watched all the way through. And until next time, we'll see you in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.